Alright, now you're ready to start on your final draft paper. So once you have your rough draft drawn in black pen on both sides of your paper, we're going to trace that to our final draft paper. But before we start tracing, what we want to do is first draw in our border lines all the way around our paper, and that will help us line up our design as we're going. So you're going to go ahead and measure down just like we did on the rough draft and make a little mark on two opposite sides. Line up those marks and draw in your line, and then from that line you're going to measure down 1/2 inch on two sides again, always so we have that the parallel line, and again draw in your lines. Now I've already completed the rest of the border lines on here to save some time, but once you've got all your border lines drawn in, then you're going to take your rough draft and it should line up with your final draft so that you can trace them all in. And just as we did when we did our name radial designs, your design is going to flip all the way around. So it would start like this and you would trace it. It would flip this way, flip down, and then flip back across, so all your designs will match up. When you get started, you want to make sure that your shorter side of your border matches up with the shorter side of your rough draft, your final draft, and the longer side of your rough draft matches up with the longer side of your final paper. What you wouldn't want to do is have your design line up like this and have your borders coming straight down through the middle. You also want to make sure that you don't do it this way because it won't have enough space for all of your designs all the way around. So once you've got it this way, you've got your borders drawn in, you're going to use a light table like this one, and you just flip it on in the back, and you will take your design and place it underneath the brown paper. And although you might not be able to see as well from the camera's point of view, you can see through the paper your design. So what you will do now is start tracing in your design. And I would continue tracing in my design until this side was complete. And once I finished tracing in all of this design, then I would take my paper, flip it over, put it underneath again, line it up, and again start tracing in my design. Once I have my entire design drawn in, then what I might need to do at the very end is come back, and where there might be some overlap or where it might not have connected up, I want to make sure that I kind of fix those areas up, connect up all of my lines. I kind of like the overlap here, so I would leave that, and then I would make sure everything lines up correctly, and once it did, then I would outline the whole thing in black pen.